Hey y'all, it's Lexi, your expert in evolution with the Legacy Podcast, and I will be hosting tonight's episode. We are back again with my two favorite co-hosts and a guest co-host with us tonight. But introduce yourself, ladies.
Hey, it's me, Jasmine. Excuse me, your divine diva.
I'm sorry,
Putting the frog in the throat. The tortoise tail.
Okay, sorry guys.
Try it again. Time for this foolishness, okay?
And you got water. Sip your water.
I know, that's the
You need a lemon? You need a lemon?
I do.
I ain't got no lemon.
Hold on, she wanna take a sip of water. Okay.
You want to try it again?
Ready?
Hey, everybody, it's me, Jasmine, your divine diva.
What's up, y'all? It's Kia, your favorite inspirationalist.
And we are back with the beautiful, phenomenal, amazing Whitney Elise of The Reclaim. Say hey, Whitney.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Feels like forever.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
happy you came back.
It's been like months?
Just
Years?
Time.
It's
Just
been
time. It's
Just-
been time.
She's
Time
time
and time.
It's
That's
been
right.
time.
Yes.
and time.
Well, you guys, if you did not catch our last episode with Whitney, we were talking about fashion trends for the spring and summer, but I'm sure you did. However, if you didn't, you don't want to miss it. So tonight, we are picking Whitney's brain on a topic that is a little sensitive to this current generation and market. But before we get into that, I have a girl, did you know?
Ooh, what you
How
got?
old did you know?
What you got?
Did you know
No.
that influencer marketing on Instagram has grown with over 1.5 million posts over this past year? Like
I didn't know
1.5 million posts. I got 1,000 or 1,200.
It's free advertising.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I didn't know that,
I
but
didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So question for you guys, pop quiz.
We love a good quiz.
What do you think is the most impactful to this particular result? Who, what, when, where is impacting this post, this result? What do you think it is? Who's having this big impact on all these posts?
Celebrities? Or
Celebrities.
is that I'm trying to make sure I understand your question.
Like, what do you think is causing or contributing to this increase in posting? Celebrities is one of them.
Definitely.
All right, so I'll say celebrities.
Okay.
That's my final answer.
All right. Dang.
Go ahead, Whitney. I'm going to let you go.
Nope.
Maybe children,
your answers.
teens,
Children,
kids. I mean, I know they're on Instagram a lot.
I mean,
Say it. Go ahead. You want to, Whitney?
what? That the influencers?
Yes.
Which they all
Right,
are.
yeah,
all of
yeah,
them
yeah,
are influencers,
yeah.
though.
So
Right,
the biggest
right.
contributor to these posts, those are definitely the reasons. But celebrity influence is huge.
Yeah.
And not just like the Beyonces and
Yeah, no. I mean,
what-
people's kids have Instagram pages.
That's why when you said kids, I was like, yes.
Like, your baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
So we got to talk about that
Yeah.
because if I'm, to Kia's point, using social media as a marketing tool, and if it is generating 1.5 million posts, which means the dollar equivalent to that is even greater,
Oh, yeah.
as far as what
yeah.
can come away from it, then I want to get in this business.
You better.
I want to
know
get
I
in
do.
this business.
I know I
So the term, and Whitney, we were talking about this a little earlier, but we were talking about influencer and how it's become such a naughty, little dirty little word. But it's defined as a user on social media who has established credibility in a specific industry. They have a large audience and can persuade others by virtue of their authenticity and reach. That's what the definition said.
I was about to say.
Authenticity?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I kind of had the
wondering
same response. I was like, but it's interesting.
Should be.
It should be your
Yeah,
authenticity.
You
but
should be. But we talking about social media.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about it nonetheless.
This is going to be good.
So Whitney.
I have to vent.
Yeah.
Please do so.
All right, so here's my vent. there is very little authenticity happening on social media. There's very little transparency happening on social media. Like, you got to think about it. When Instagram first came out, everyone was just taking a bunch of pictures of anything.
Right.
Anything and everything. Random butterfly, plate of food, the lighting was all wrong,
Right.
little kids running around in the background.
Right.
Nobody really cared. We were just so geeked about having the opportunity to take pictures. Now everything is perfect and the lighting is perfect and
It
you
is.
have your beach photos, you have your avocado toast, you have that perfect wall with that perfect outfit.
Everything is perfect.
People will
Yeah.
literally stop in the middle of their vacations because they see the perfect orange wall and they have to take a picture with this
Yep.
orange wall because their burnt sienna dress just goes with it. And they
Yeah.
will stop in the middle of the vacation to try to capture these moments, and it's completely ridiculous.
Right.
And it frustrates me because, you know, I've been called an influencer, but, you know, I'm seeing how people use their platforms not for good.
Right.
Not for good. And,
Right.
you know, me personally, like, I tell everyone, I'm like, if you have a following, you ought to take them somewhere.
Somewhere, right.
People aren't just here just to see your outfits. Maybe they are, but
Right.
there's got to be some depth and substance to you.
it. Yeah.
Right, and it's really, really frustrating for me to witness like this just vapid and empty like hole that is happening within influencer marketing.
It's almost like suck you dry.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
take I want
everything.
to take your attention.
Right.
I want to take your dollars.
Oh, yeah, I
you
wanna
know,
take your
Because it's
money.
not
I wanna-
just your money.
No, it's not just your money. You
your
know,
time.
it's your time.
And then
right?
think about the mental health aspects
Exactly.
that happen about it.
Yeah.
It is Mental Health Month. And
Yeah.
so if we're going to talk
Talk
about
about
it, let's talk about it. We talked about it earlier that comparison is the thief of joy. And so every time that you scroll past someone
ain't never
and
lied.
everything is curated and perfect and
Perfect.
you know, she could be a mom just like you're a mom, but her
Her life
children are
is
sitting
perfect.
down and they're
Well dressed.
Listen, and
yes.
they look impeccable, and they're doing
In
this
their
project
yes.
together.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
look at your babies, and they're hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
fans,
Hair
and
looking
throwing
crazy.
flour everywhere.
One braid is this way.
One child
Right.
is just missing. You're just like,
Right.
I don't even know where that kid is.
Right.
I don't even know.
Has
what to do
anybody
anymore.
seen him?
We don't
Right.
need them.
in your hair.
Right.
We don't
Have
need
you
them.
seen them? Like seriously, like where's my baby? And like you start comparing
yourself,
you start
yeah.
comparing their curation to your reality,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it creates a disconnect with you. And so I try to be a responsible influencer,
Right. Yeah,
in that,
I like that.
if I'm
Yeah.
influencing you to do something, I'm influencing you to be transparent.
Right.
I'm
Yes.
influencing you to try things that you like. I'm influencing you to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And that's the type of influencer I personally want to be.
Right.
So you want to get back to the real definition.
Yeah.
If this is the definition, that's what you represent.
Yeah. I don't wanna play games out here and say, oh, you know what, this was the best bath bomb I ever had. I'm like, no, this crap sucks.
Right.
You know,
And I got a rash now.
Listen,
Right. Exactly.
Like, it's not
Exactly. Guys,
hypoallergenic.
This is
It's
not
really
good
not.
for your skin, guys. Don't use this. Like things like that.
I think people appreciate that
Yeah.
transparency and that authenticity. Even because I look at Instagram, it's a visual platform. So people want to see things that are visually appealing. Even if
Yeah.
kids is missing, someone looking crazy, I want to see it visually appealing. And then if you give me a good caption with a beautiful explanation of
To
one
relate.
kid is
Right.
missing,
Yeah.
this kid is doing that,
Right.
it's like, wow, it looks great.
Right.
but
Relatable.
I totally get it, sis.
Relatable
Versus
content.
everybody
That was
there
me.
suit and ties. And
Not suit and
now, now I think that even builds that engagement. You gave me,
Right.
you captivated my attention with a beautiful picture,
Right.
and then you related to me by giving me something, in your caption to
Something
say,
real.
wow, I'm looking for my kid too.
So-
Get up there, little
Right.
so-and-so. I was just,
As a matter of fact, let me put this phone down and find my kid.
You know what's
Right.
really interesting? So I just read an article about the Instagram aesthetic being over. So where us as millennials,
Wow.
we aimed for perfection. So I said the avocado toast, the cool walls, and the curation, like absolutely down to looking like Vogue magazine did
Yeah,
this.
right.
Where Gen Z is looking like, I'm gonna have messy hair. I'm
Right.
gonna have my glasses
Right.
cocked to the side.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
have scrubs.
I'm going to
Right.
have like a Drake lyric as my caption.
Exactly.
And we're just going to go from there.
Right. I
And
love it.
Yeah.
They are so opposite us because they want to
Yeah.
actually bring fun back to
Right.
the platform.
Yeah. Bring
And I
fun
love
back.
that.
Yeah,
I
like
love
it.
that they're just embracing their quirkiness and their nerdiness. You know, like we talked about all of the fashion things
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
Most of those fashions are being pushed by Gen
Gen
Z,
Z.
not us.
Wait, you know why I'm laughing? Because, I mean, not for nothing, We do, because I put up a post like, not too long ago about expecting. Right. And I put up this long behind post of, what I've been through and how God just truly brought me out. And so I'm laughing to myself because a Gen Zer probably just been like, and I'm expecting.
Right.
And look who's pregnant.
Okay.
And look who got knocked up.
Right.
Hashtag knocked up.
Right. And
Hashtag
I'm going to go delete my comment.
Right.
Oh, because
hashtag.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about that, because that was transparency.
Correct.
That was authenticity.
Exactly.
And that is what people want. So, like, if you were just standing there with your baby bump and, like, you had like a black leotard on and said bumping or something like that, like stuff like that. Like,
Right.
if you want to do that's funny and that's interesting. But also, what's interesting is when people get real.
Yes.
And that's the kind of like influencers people are really looking for. They're not looking for
perfect.
Right, they're not looking for the presets. And people are selling tons of these preset packages. And people are like, why? Why do I even need these presets? Why do I even need these filters?
Yeah,
Why can't I just
be me?
in terrible lighting
Yeah.
and have my hair a mess
Right.
and be real and fun?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of influencer I want to be.
Kia said something too that brought me to one of the questions I wrote down. How are we, and you kind of mentioned it, and we're talking about it, but how are we and our decisions being influenced by these influencers? So what are we now doing simply because we think we got to kind of keep up with the Jetsons?
Right. Yeah. It's not even a Joneses.
People are getting their bodies altered.
Self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care went from actually being like a tangible, wonderful thing to being like a buzzword.
A hashtag.
So
It did.
everything is self-care. So
Yeah.
like
Right.
instead of saying therapy is self-care.
Yeah.
Taking a nap, self-care.
Right.
But
Reading
then-
a book, going
right,
for a
but
walk.
now
Please
it's like
don't start
just
her on
irresponsible behaviors. It's like, oh well, I can't go to work because I watched that last episode of Game of Thrones and it mentally affected me. So self-care, hashtag self-care.
No.
I'm like, no,
Right.
you got bills to pay.
Right.
sis.
What you say? Get them done. That's self-care. Being responsible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So self-care, like you said earlier, body altering.
Yeah.
Like people are dying with these implants
Yeah.
because they're using Fix-A-Flat to like fix
Yeah.
to pump up their
Fix
legs
their
and
legs.
their butt and stuff like that. And it's
Jesus.
like poisoning people.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff like that. But also, like I said, we're trying to make our feeds look like these influencers who are,
Correct.
they don't even really live like this. And you got to think about what a miserable life it must be to constantly be searching for the perfect wall.
Right.
Yo.
Or the perfect
Right.
meal. Or the
the
perfect
perfect
anything.
outfit,
Right.
the perfect everything,
haircut.
correct.
To
Right.
constantly live in this fear of if you're not perfect, people won't follow you and you won't make money.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question to you is, how do you still deliver? Because again, a lot of people are using this platform as a business, and as a business, there's certain standards and expectations that you expect it to show up when it is being advertised to you. So how do you still keep kind of like that authenticity, slight perfection,
That balance.
that kind of like that balance, because again, it is a visual platform, and when certain things do show up, if your lighting is bad, we do know it's true, people will keep going.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling past, versus if you do have really great lighting, if it is visually appealing, if you are maybe doing something that's connected to me, it's like, wow, this is really decent. So how do we kind of like
Balance.
still
I think it's a
kinda
good
and
balance.
keep a good formula?
Yeah. So I would say you gotta. Too much transparency is too much transparency.
Gotcha.
I don't need to see your dirty
Correct.
draws.
Got you.
You know, like I don't need to see all that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Finding-
Right. We
finding-
all got them.
finding-
Right.
We all got it.
Finding a level of
Right.
transparency and also beauty.
Got
Yes.
you.
So there's
Got you.
beauty everywhere
Where?
you look,
Uh-huh.
and there are whole accounts that are based upon silly things such as like sidewalks, like pretty things that I saw it the other day. There's an entire Instagram account based on Philadelphia puddles and the reflections in the
That they
puddles.
catch.
But it's such an artistic
Wow.
thing.
Yeah.
And they have such a big following based
Right.
on puddles, y'all.
Right.
And so like finding your balance, finding
Your balance.
your voice, finding what makes you comfortable. Don't go out and try to make your feed look like Kim K's or Beyonce's. Find who
Say that.
you are.
Right.
And find the beauty therein,
Right.
Like it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful.
True indeed.
And
True.
find
True
that.
indeed.
I
So-
think there's nothing